那个手机奏声，不是他这个，我说你东妹手机奏声，我说他这个地方照着这个架子，行不行？行，开始吧，已经开始了，我知道。
Hello everyone, Alice is coming back and this is Grace. This is my colleague Mr. Chriswell.
Hi everyone, and today we are going to show you a podcast about our CNC virtual machine center. Okay, let's begin. So, in today's live tutorial, we are basically going to introduce you about our machines factory. So, first, let's start with our machines material, and you can see our production site and our finished machine samples in stock later. So, many of the main components of the vertical machine, we manufacture that by ourselves. So we have basically many workshop in the one factory sector, in separate sector, and we manufacture the machine component in different process and go through many procedures. And you can see in the first part is all the materials we are manufacturing. As you can see in this picture, this is our semi-finished product in stock. And also this part is called the 5 main parts. This is also the stock workshop. You can see many of the 5 main parts components are in stock in two sides of the factory lane, and we usually have many customers come visit us. So yes, we'll walk through and show them all the components in stock. This picture is taken in the second floor of the machine shop, and you can see in this picture all the machine components, they were not yet to be assembled. You can see the part of the 5 main part and some of the column in stock on the side of the workshop. And yes, you can see in the video as well. So yes, this is our machine factory, and all the main components were assembled and placed in different places. And in here we have the finished samples. So you will see the finished machine samples after, because they were placed in different sector of the factory in order to be seen orderly and more clearly when customer come visit us. They can visit all the process procedures one by one and more clear of our manufactured component and what is the imported component.
This photo is taken by your factory. I see this factory is so big.
Yes. Our factory has over 900,000 square meters in the Jinan countryside. So, and we have over hundreds of employees and personnel for the machine assemble and to design the structures. And you can see in this video, this is the picture we were talking. Many different section of the machine assemble and how we place the components in this workshop. This entire workshop is for showing customer our machine and place each process of the machine in different sector. Okay, as you can see, this is the main column and some machine sandals and machine base installed in the inventory site. And you can see we have, after our process or manufacture of this main component, we have the plastic wrap to firmly wrap the machine components in order to maintain a better condition for the machine materials to prevent it from any damage or from these nature habit or main labor cost. So we can easily install them in the machine or have the machine components easily assembled after we receive our customer's order. And this is one more clear view of the machine component. And you can see the machine columns and the work table more clearly.
What's this, Criswell?
This is called the machine bed. So
This is processed by yourself?
yes, as you have seen in the before videos and pictures, we are manufacturer of the machine main column and machine bed. You can see and sandals using many process you will see later. And we place the finished and semi-finished machine materials in different sector and in different site. So yes, this is the machine work table and the travel access. The work table is also processed by ourselves. So we are basically we're manufacturer of the machine centers, 5 main parts, and you can see very clearly the T slot is very spanned and well spanned.
And for the work table and some machine parts you processed, what's the difference between you and other supplier?
Yes. The difference for the machine manufacturer is we in our factory, as we have stressed, we have over hundreds of engineers and personnel to assemble and to manufacture the machine. So we give the machine extra procedures such as the double time testing and some tempering and grinding and fine milling and grinding on the machine work table, and we give it casting to achieve the hardness. So the machine bed is actually very stable and high rigidity to control. When the machine is processed, it can prevent many friction from the outside of the force.
Yes. Also, here is a workpiece. This is processed by yourself, drilling or milling or grinding.
This picture was taken when we are testing this workpiece for our client to show them our machine's high process, and this one is done by the milling.
Oh.
We use the clamping system through the T slot to clamp the workpiece very tight and stable, and we give the force on the spindle to mill the machine surface.
Oh, I see. After the milling, the contact surface of this workpiece is very smooth.
Yes, you're right. And this one shows you the moving axis of our work table. It can move by X and Y axis. And this one shows you the detail of our travel axis. So as you see the photo on the left, that is our travel axis gear rack protection. So it will prevent the material scraps fall down into the screw guider and to damage the machine's travel persistency. And on the right side, you can see this is our whole view of the work table and the screw guider below. This is also the self-production of the machine columns and bases. This actually you see in the picture is our semi-finished material. So yes, this is our manufacture site. It looks very different from the workshop above before because it's in a different sector. And in this sector, we use some large machine to process these materials and to make it very high hardness and rigidity. Also, after this process, we use the spray painting to put the water prevent paint on the material. So yes, this is our machine materials manufacture site, and this is the machine sandals and the columns, and those silver parts you see in the machine, we are attached other materials on the steel wood material to make it very smooth on the touching surface. So the machine will achieve very high accuracy and high stability when we finish the machine assembly. This is the picture taken in the corner of the manufacture site. And you can see the silver part more clearly. This actually is the machine guidance system to make sure the work table and screw guide moves very smooth above the steel plate. And all this touching surface, we use the extra milling and grinding on the touching surface to make sure all these contact surface are attached very tight and very smooth when they assemble all the components together. So we can ensure that the machine is very stable and it's constructed as a compact structure.
For this workpiece, is before the casting, temperature, or after the casting and temperature?
This workpiece is actually after the casting and temperating because all the steel plates we placed on the raw material, it was need to done extra milling and grinding. So after the casting and the temperating, we are going to do steel milling and grinding on the workpiece. Then we'll do a second time casting. And you can see, as before, all the material was colored in the original color. And now after all the casting and milling we done on the material, we'll spray painting on the material's surface. The spray is actually automobile class spray, so it can get water rust from very long time. And all that above is the component we are manufacture of ourselves, and there are also several components we get from outsourced because they require very high precision and lots of production capacity to maintain a good quality. And all these outsourced components we get is from the very good national supplier and also some domestic supplier. And especially this one, PMI, is our linear guider component we get from this company in the in China market. PMI is very good, and they have been manufactured the linear guider as their main product.
And for the linear guider and the bulk as well, you only have the PMI or have other brand?
For the linear guider in the machine center, we use PMI mainly, and if this component isn't enough in supply that time, we will replace that with some other very good machine manufacturer components.
I think not only the PMI, also have the Hawaii and other brand, right?
Yes. And you can see we have outsourced 8 set of the screw guider at once from the machine company. So to ensure our production goes very smoothly and very enough supply for the machines assemble. We have received multiple orders from customer daily. So this outsourced linear guider supply must be very enough and for our production. And this is the detail for the linear guider. You can see it's very smooth, and to ensure our work table moves in each horizontal axis in a very smooth and flat. This is the linear guider layout. When we move out the work table, this will show you how the axes were moving. You can see the y-axis and z-axis. This is also the ball screw and linear guider. And this one, you will move the work table directly from the bed, from the machine bed, from all this to steel plate. This is basically the touching surface of the machine. And besides the linear guider, there is also one component we get. It's the machine spindle, and you can see the spindle motor is. We have many different type. The standard one is 8,000 RPM, and it's generated by the belt. Also, we have some electrical spindle as well. For this spindle, we get from the Taiwanese brand supplier, and we'll show some videos about how we adjust the spindles. So yes, in this video you can see the engineer is adjust the spindle to adjust the height and to test if we have clamped the spindle tight enough. Because the spindle is used for clamping the tools and travel z-axis to process our workpiece. We have to ensure that the distance between the spindle head and the work table is very accurate. And this is how engineer test the spindle. We use the motor control to see how far the distance we need to control between the height and the clamping force.
Which type of spindle you usually use for the vertical machine center? BT30, BT40, or BT50?
For the normal machine center, we use BT40 as the standard one, and some large type model machine center will give BT50, but the spindle is actually according to our customers' requirement. But BT40 in all the normal circumstance, it will satisfy the process demand perfectly.
And from this video, we can see the engineer make the tool change manual. And for your CNC vertical machine center, do you have automatic tool change, or we need to install the tools manual?
Yes, we are For the standard machine model, we have the automatic tool change, as we call it, ATC, and you can see the ATC is attached on the left side of the spindle. So the engineer is actually doing a pre-adjustment between the spindle height and to make sure the ATC can change all the tools automatically and more satisfied when the machine is start running. So yes, all the machine has equipped with one ATC, and the tools when customer receives the machine is actually changed by automatically by the ATC device. But also you can put the tools directly from manual into the spindle as well. But in this video, the engineer is only doing that to adjust the spindle height and to make sure the ATC can change all the tools at its when it's finished. This is actually one of the process of our machine assemble and manufacture. We give very many tests for the machine to ensure that it will work perfectly when the machine is arrived in the customer's factory. So we'll record as many video of the assemble and test site as we can to show our customer to ensure that the machine will work perfectly when it arrived in customer's factory.
From this video, we only can see the engineer tested the machine, but I can't see how is the speed of the machine.
The spindle speed for the machine, the standard one is 8,000 RPM, and you can actually see the spindle speed later when we show some video of the control panel and
please,
control
I will
system.
show you later.
And this is the spindle. We finished all the adjustment and we place it like the picture on the left side. So you will see how we shape the machine and how we protect the spindle and the roll table. And this is the control system on the machine. We have a control system shelled before we put the right control system on the machine. And for the standard type model, we use Siemens 808D as the 3X control. It is perfectly and capable of all the customers' process demand. And we can also choose some other options as well, such as the GSK or KND or Linkage to put on the control system shell to make sure the machine can also work perfectly fine.
And what's the difference between the different control system like Siemens and Pano and some Chinese brand?
The difference is the classification. So the Siemens is the second class control, and all the control can operate the machine in 3 axes, and only if customer have some specific demand for the control system, we can adjust the control. Also, it will depend on your budget. So if you have low budget, we can also preference. We can give some domestic brands such as GSK or Syntec or Linkage on control. And if you have high demand on the control system, or some customers they usually request a phone lock as a control, we can give them phone lock as well. So it depends on your side. So all the control system will offer you, but the standard one, Siemens 808D, is perfectly capable of process your workpiece.
Okay, I think for the sensing control system, we have 3 different levels. The first level is Siemens and Pano. Pano is from a Japanese brand. It have a good quality, and for the second level, we have some different CNC control system like Mitsubishi, Yaskawa, and other brand. And we also have some Chinese brand CNC control system you can choose like Lennox, Candy, and GSK, and Syntec from Taiwan. I think from Chinese brand CNC control system, Lennox is a good choice. Do you know why Lennox is a good choice for customers?
Because Linkage control, it has first it has very large production rate in the market share, and you can get replaced the control system very easily over the global. And for the Linkage, it can be very smooth in multiple axis control, not like the Pano because it has the limit for 5x machine in China. So some domestic brands have their advantage as all the axes are available to control by our domestic control system.
Okay, for the Lennox control system, although this is a Chinese brand, and he also have the Japanese technology. For the 3-axis vertical machine center and the 4th-axis vertical machine center and some 5th-axis vertical machine center, they both they can use the Siemens control or Pano control.
For 3 and 4 axis, Siemens and Pano is okay for the control, but 5 axis Siemens we will use 848D. And for the Pano control, it cannot be equipped on our 5-axis machine because it has limitation on the machine center.
I think for the 4th-axis control, for the 4th-axis vertical machine center, we can't use the Pano because we have applied for the Pano control system company for 6 months. And for the 4th-axis vertical machine center, we can choose Siemens 828D. And for the 5th-axis, we can choose the Siemens 840, right?
And this is the electrical cabinet of the machine. All the components were outsourced by the supplier as well. And all the electrical components we get from the brand either Schneid or Highwind, which is a HIHC from the branch company of Phonog. So all the electrical component is very stable, and we only use the first level machine components to ensure the electrical cabinets are working perfectly and very easy to change the damaged component if the machine gets damaged, and you can get the supply very easily from local market as well.
For the electrical system, we usually use the Schneider, but not Hawaii, because Hawaii is the brand of linear guide, right?
Oh yes.
And why do you use the Schneider, not other brand? What's the difference?
Because Schneid brand, it has very large market share, and also it's a professional manufacturer of the electrical components. So we get the component very easily to replace in each area in the global, and also the Schneid is the Schneid brand. It is mainly manufacturer of the electrical parts.
Oh, I think the Schneider electrical system is very convenient for you to use the machine in the future.
This is some detail of the electrical component and the water cooling and the lubrication system in the machine we attached.
And after you sell this machine to me, will you give me the electrical drawing of this machine?
Yes, we will supply all the information you need for the machine, including electrical drawing and the operation manual and the instructions. Also, in the in literal style, also we'll send you the tutorial video to show you how we operate the machine and how we assemble and adjust all the machine configuration.
Okay, great.
So this is our water pump device. We also get it from some domestic brand. And this is also the electrical component and the stabilizer for the machine. So some customer may need this device, and others they will use this device to control and to ensure the power and the voltage are going very stable on the machine to prevent it from getting damaged by voltage exchange. And this is the lubrication system. We use oil lubrication, and this is actually an automatic device. All you need to do is to add enough oil liquid in the device between the bottom line and the top line. It will lubricate the whole machine system by itself.
How many lubrication do you have for this machine?
We only have one lubrication system, but it will generally lubricate the whole machine system by this one device.
Okay.
And this is the hydraulic station. We place the hydraulic station in below the machine structure, and to make sure the machine will move very smooth by the hydraulic motor. And there are some other parts of the machine component we are imported from outsourced suppliers, such as the ATC. And for the ATC, you can see this one is the disc type ATC, automatic tool change. And this is the simple structure of the ATC. And this one is the line type ATC. For this type ATC, we usually hold 16 to 18 tools station. And this one is the ARM type ATC, and it can hold over 24 tools on the device. And we can see the video of we have imported many of these type equipment in our factory to ensure the production capacity. And this is the ARM type ADC. You can see it changing tools. The tools were changing when the ADC will place the tools below, and the changing device will climb the tools and change and replace it on the spindle.
And how many tools for the ATC?
This ADC, I think, is 24 tools.
For all of the CNC vertical machine center, you will hold 24 tools on the machine or have different quantity?
The quantity for the standard machine, we give the customer 16 tools station, but the highest number quantity machine tools we can hold for the ATC is 24 tools. Also, if customer have preference, we can give them 20 tools station ATC.
For the CNC vertical machine center 640, we usually hold 16 tools on the ATC. But for some larger vertical machine center, we usually hold 24 or or different quantity for the vertical machine center. And for the vertical machine center, we have 3 different levels. A level is have a high quality for quality control, and for the C level, it have a good price for customers. For the C level CNC vertical machine center, we usually hold on 16 tours on the ATC. And for these 3 different type ATC, usually used for what machine? For the CNC vertical machine center, you usually use which ATC?
For CNC machine center, we usually use the ARM type ADC.
Also
the disk type.
Yes, and for this one, you usually
this is the line type ADC, and it can hold only a fewer number of tools. It's usually used in our large type milling machine, such as the gantry type milling machine.
You usually use the country milling and beam drilling machine, so large machine.
Yes.
This is the disk ATC.
Yes, this is a disk type ADC, and it's much more lower cost than the ARM type. So for C-level machine, we usually use this type. But customer, if they have some high demand, we can adjust the ATC type to ARM type. So in this video, you can see how the ATCs work with the spindle together. So for the disk type, the ATC will give the tool change and replace the tools on the spindle by itself, not like the ARM type.
From this video, we can see you have 2 windows on the machine side, left side and right side. And why we set this window on the machine?
The window is set one. Of course, the main video window is on the front side of the machine, and two windows on the side of the machine is used for customer can very easy to see how the machine is working from the side of the machine. Also, another reason is if the customer has some long workpiece, if they can put the workpiece through the window as well if they have the demand, but we do not recommend it. But mainly it's used for very easy to observe the machine operation from the left side and the right side of the window.
Okay. And it also can it ensure the safety of our engineers when they use the machine.
And this is the overview of our disk type ATC. You can see the ATC is all the ATC is the same position. It's placed in the top left side of the spindle.
And from this work table is so small. Which model of this vertical machine center?
The work table is very small, but I think it's 640 machine model, and the work table size is actually 800 times 400.
Okay. How many different models do you have for the vertical machine center?
The machine center we have from the smallest 640 to the largest like 1890. We have multiple machines such as 640, 850, and 1160, 1270, and 1580, and 1890. So it's for the standard model we have 6 choose for customer. That actually depends on your workpiece size, dimension, and how much travel length you require on the machine.
Okay, for customers, you have many choice of the model of CNC vertical machine center. If you process different size workpiece, you can choose different size vertical machine center.
And from this video, you can see all the outsourced component we get. We get we get as many as we could to install in our factory to ensure the supply will be very enough and sufficient for later adjustment and assemble. This is we just got, I think, over 80 set of ATC from the factory, from the manufacturer of the ATC supplier.
You buy so many machine parts, and I think you have so many orders for the CNC vertical machine center, right?
Yes, we have multiple orders from customer daily, and so as you see, the linear guider and the electrical components, including the ATC, we have to import as many as we could at once, and usually on a weekly basis, we import as many set of the components we can to ensure the order will be support very sufficient.
Okay, for LCNC is really a good supply for you to buy the vertical machine center and the other CNC machines.
Yes.
What's
And-
this, Chriswell?
This is the tailstock of the 4-axis rotary. So this is also the other component we get from outsourced supplier. But for the standard and in the normal circumstance, if our customer only process workpiece that requires 3-axis, you will not need this 4-axis rotary. But in this podcast, we'll show you why do we ask for the 4-axis and also other components such as the 5-axis machine. So all these 4-axis and 5-axis rotary we get is from one company from Taiwan. It's called TJR. They are very professional precision rotary table manufacturer, and yes, they basically supply all the company with their rotary table, and it's very stable to place the rotary on the work table. As you can see, the spindle trunk and the tailstocks, they will hold the workpiece on the center and let the spindle to process the workpiece. It's very simple idea. Such it's like the just like the lathe machine. It climbs the workpiece on one side and to rotate the workpiece while spindle was processed. And this is another approach if customer want to process their workpiece in a horizontal direction. So it's called the vise we get from other suppliers as well. The vise is equipped on the work table, and it will climb the workpiece on the center of the two clamping side, and we process the workpiece by the spindle. It's used for some small components, not as big as not as long as workpiece we use the 4-axis rotary. This one is the 5-axis rotary machine. We also get from company named TJR, and this machine it will move in 5-axis directions. So as you can see, the rotary table, it can rotate by itself. Also, it will spin in a C-axis direction, while X, Y, Z can move as they want. But for the 5-axis machine, we have some limitation on the CNC control. So if customers they do not require 5-axis linkage, we can give them a 3+2 rotary table as well. So you will move the rotary table first, and you can control the Z and X and YZ axis stroke later by the control system. These are some more examples of the 5X machine. And you can see we have many different 5X rotary model in factory. So the 5X rotary is usually chosen by the customer itself. We usually give them the TGR's website and let them choose the right dimension, the table on their self, and it's determined according to your workpiece's size and the weight of the workpiece and how do you want to process the workpiece. The 5X rotary usually have some curved surface on the workpiece, so they want use the 5X to process in multiple directions. And as you can see, this is a process sample of the workpiece. It has many curved surface, so it will require a 5X machine. It's actually a 5X linkage machine. And you can see we are making helmet by our machine.
And I see this type of 5X is different from last 5X's, right?
Yes, this is a 5X linkage. You can see all the axes are moving at once together. So for this type of axis machine model, we usually have the ALV 500 in our factory.
Yes, and as we can see that this 5X is usually choose Siemens 840, and so it is so expensive for customers to choose this type of sensor control system. So some Chinese brand is a good choice for customers to choose.
Yes. And besides all the machine components, we this is some machine tools we purchase for a customer when he wants all the machine components to delivered at once. So yes, we can supply some tools to you also. If you order the machine from us, it's more easy to have all the machine components together when you receive the machine, and you can start production very easily at once.
And for these tools, you buy them and use themselves, or use these tools by yourself or for customers.
We have the tools in our factory on our own, but these tools we are buying for customers because the customer, I think this customer from Arabia,
Yes.
they got all the machine from us and they asked we to buy the tools for them. So we did that for them and we shipped the tools together with the machines so they can start working as soon as they receive all the product.
Oh, I remember this customer.
Yes.
They buy so many machines from us.
Yes, right. And you can see we place the components and the machine tools very firmly and protect the component by the wooden box. And after the wooden box, we also place some main component of the CNC vertical machine center inside the machine structure to prevent and to shape the machine as a whole compact structure.
Yes, I think we not only for sales the machines, and we also want to make a friendship in the future with you, because we have high quality control, and then you buy this machine, you will use so long time in the future. and we will give you the technical support.
Yes. And this is some machine tools we have placed in the factory. And this is the machine device we showed you before.
Okay, here is the video to show you.
And as you can see, all the machine parts we have installed in the factory, and in different boxes we get from different supplier, and also we ship out the machine components in the wooden box to pack them and protect from other damage from during the shipping. This is all components we get from outsource and we place them in stock. So you can see many components here because we have many daily order from customer. We have to ensure we have enough supply for each component to assemble the machine and to adjust the machine.
And for the first part, Chris will make an introduction of our factory and finished machine and finished machine. And for the second part, I will make an introduction of our process capacity. During the epidemic, you cannot come in and we cannot go. So we make a living broadcast to let our customers to know more about our factory. And for this part, we show you.
This part is the spray paint. So do we color the components by ourselves?
Yes.
So we use the automobile class spray painting on all the machine's components, the machine's main parts.
And we will put some safety stickers on the machine body. And why do we make these safety stickers on the machine?
First, the safety sticker is required by the all machine supplier, and also the sticker will warn our customer from some dangerous habits or actions to tell them to be cautious when they operate the machine.
Yes. This is the machine color. We just talk about it. And for all the machine parts, we will do the milling and the grinding and the boring by ourselves. And we have more than 130 set of machining machine in our factory. And for this picture we showed you, and this is taken by our factory. We will show you the assembly ability.
Yes, and all these components you see before, we are the manufacturer of them by ourselves, and later on we'll show you how do we manufacture all the machine and each process and procedures we did for the machine components. But first, before that, we want to show you what did we manufacture and what component we are outsourced from the other supplier. And in this symbol side, you can see the machine columns and the work table and the machine bed. And all these parts, we make them by ourselves in use over 130 machining machine to make the components by ourselves.
And after the epidemic, you can come to China and come to Jinan to visit our factory, and you can see this assembly set by yourself. And for this, we call it five main part. And do you know what is the five main part?
The 5 main part is the part you have seen above, the machine columns and the machine sandal, machine bed, machine work table, and the
Spindle box.
yes, the spindle box.
Yes. And what who will usually buy this five main part? I think not for the ending users.
Yes, ending users, they usually get the whole machine component, including the out-shell protection and ATC and the CNC control from us. So we have customers, they only request the 5 main part, usually are machine dealers or some client from some low budget client, and they want to only use the 5 main part in their factory. So it's very rare and usually from some Asia country. So yes, the 5 main part is also requested individually by some machine dealers, and they will assemble the machine on their own and in their factory and sell them as a renewable product.
Yes, for some trader, they will buy the five main parts from LCNC because the LCNC have high quality control for the machine frame. I call this machine frame, and they will assemble by themselves, and then they will sell the machines to their customers. Also, this is the five main parts in our factory. We have so many finished machine parts and some finished machine parts and some fireman parts and so many machines in our factory in stock. We will ensure the delivery time for customers. What's the delivery time for CNC Vertical Machine Center?
In normal circumstance, we have very full support from the factory, and the delivery time normally we give 60 days. 60 days, and if customer have some special requirement, we can push the delivery time further and faster to give the machine. But usually it's 6 days to 19 days.
Yes, and from November, we have customers buy our CNC drilling machine, and for the CNC drilling machine, the delivery time of this CNC drilling machine is 19 days, because it have a Chinese Spring Festival during the machine process, but we need to deliver the machine during the I think in March, right?
Yes.
But we finished the machine in February. The customers is very happy with this.
Yes, because in Alice CNC we value our customers' benefit is the most important thing. So if customers they said they want to have the machine as soon as possible, or they require to have the machine in near future, we will try our best to give the machine as soon as our engineer have finished the symbol. Also, our factory have many order from domestic customer and also overseas customer, and we will give first a symbol order to our overseas customer, and to make sure the delivery time is ensured or even sooner than the delivery time we show you on paperwork. The machine will be received by you earlier than the date we gave you.
Yes, under this situation, the customers cannot come China and not can come our factory. So you can place the order on Alibaba, and Alibaba will support you with this order in the future.
And this is our machine assemble and manufacture site. You can see many large machine we use in the factory to manufacture the component.
For this machine part, you usually use the function part or weld part.
Yes, we use the function part to process machine, and all this material you see we have done the nature temperating for the machine, and so it will lose the rigidity and get more hardness in the future for long-term use. And we use many large machining machine to process such as grinding and milling and boring on the machine to shape the machine as the machine bed or machine sandal shape.
And for the function part, for CNC vertical machine center work table, it usually can hold the the max loading of the work table is about 800 kg, right?
Yes.
Here is the video showing you how to make the grinding and the boring.
And this is a very large grinding machine. We shot one video when the customer was doing a video tutorial on the factory, and you can see the engineer is use the machine and grinding the machine main column. So this grinding machine, it works 24 hours per day, and it will only process one workpiece at once. So yes, all this very big investment we put in the manufacture, and we process the machine columns and the components to ensure the high rigidity and very smooth touching surface.
I think this is a CNC milling machine, right?
Yes.
This is also the CNC vertical machine center, and this is the CNC milling machine in our factory to process the machine parts by ourselves. And we also do the testing and the temperature and some quenching to ensure the machine quality. Let me show you the video.
So in this part, we place all the raw materials outside the factory for over 2 to 3 months for the machine material to lose its rigidity, and you can see all the machine are getting rust on surface. So it's actually a very long time placed on outside, and before we spray paint any water rust paint on the material, and after the material is done nature temperature, we will do all the other process on the machine workpiece as well. Yes, you see, this is also some raw materials we place in the nature scene.
From this video, this is this is a list machine, I think, right? You also make the CNC list machine?
Yes, because all the machine components you see before, some of the machine bed and from the machine center and the lathe machine, we get from the same material supplier, and we are manufacturer of the lathe and the vertical machine together in one big factory, but a different sector. So we show you the materials we placed in nature scene together. The lathe machines, machine bed, the material, and the vertical machine centers raw materials. We place all the materials in the nature scene for the nature tempering process to make sure it lose their rigidity and to get more hardness to use for very long term when the customer use it, and the machine will not uh, shaped very easily.
This is the temperature in your factory.
Yes, this is a hardness tempering for the machine's work table. We get the machine to give the hardness tempering to make sure the work table is very hard and will not get disformed very easily when the spindle was processed any workpiece on the work table.
Here is some machine parts in your factory.
Mm.
For this machine part, what's this? Do you know?
This is the machine column component, and some of the machine parts we are processed by our vertical machine center. So we place the machine parts. After the process, we place the machine part in here, and we'll transfer them to the spare parts inventory to make that in stock. Besides the vertical machine, we also use lathe machine in our factory to make the components and to install the components in our CNC machine center.
Yes, I think this is the process you mentioned spindle box in your factory.
Yes.
I think that here are more than 20 CNC lathe machines in this machine inside.
Yes. We have many lathe machine and milling machine and gantry grinding machine in our machining site to process all the machine components from the large ones such as the machine bed, machine sandals, machine columns, to the small ones such as the spindle box and other smaller components in here. And from this side, you can also see some planing machine, planer roughing equipment we have in the factory to cut all the raw materials and shape the materials in the demand shape and to install the machine.
And we will see we are different with some other supplies, and for this we can show you how is different from us and from other supplies. This is the grinding and milling and tamping in our factory.
So yes, as you see, these are the very many big machine installed in our factory. We use the machine for drilling and milling and tapping. There are over 18 sets of the large machine, including the large grinding and milling machine. Besides the lathe machine we use for manufacturing and machining. This machine we use to grind the machine surface, including the machine bed and the work table, and we tap all the drilling holes on the machine parts to connect each component together. This is our machining workshop, seeing very different from the assembled and finished machine component sector.
This is do the funding, right?
Mm. And after this is actually a process. After we place the machine in natural scene, we collect all the components and we directly go to this machining sector to roll deformalizer all the machine material and to shape all the material as they were required and to assemble the main component with some attached metal. And after all these material are shaped in the machine bed and the other shape to become the uh, actual component for the machine center, we will transfer all this material to the other sector to do the milling and grinding and tapping. In this video, you can see the grinding process we did on the work table using two linear grinding machine. It can do we do multiple process on the work table to achieve very high standard smoothness and hardness on the machine work table.
Yes, I think all this process will ensure the machine accuracy when the customers use the
Yes.
machine. And for this introduction, we will show you the how about our machining ability, and then I will show you how we do the machine test before the machine ship. Okay. This is a neutral laser inspection system. We will use it when we will testing the machine. Here is a video to show you. I think this is for CNC lathe machine.
Yes, the initial laser inspection we did not only on our machine center but also in our lathe machine section. So it's because the lathe machine and the machine center were manufactured of them both, and before the machine is delivered and ordered by our customer, we have the laser inspection to check if the machine is moving very accuracy and smooth from all the axes. So yes, we ask engineer to do the laser inspection while the machine spindle is moving. And from this lathe inspection video, you can see the engineer will control the CNC control and to test all the parameter on the machines.
Yes, for some suppliers, they will say they do the they do the quality control of the machine, and we will show you how we do the quality control during the before the machine shipment to our customers. I think this is to do the machine test for the positioning accuracy.
Yes. You see this one, this is actually the GSK control, and we not only use it on our machine center, but also it can be used in the CNC lathe machine as well. So the Winishaw laser inspection actually require many process on this entire inspection work, and if the customer want to see the inspection process, we can have a video shot like this and show them how do we do the inspection. This one is actually showing the accuracy and the low friction the machine caused when the axle was moving and instantly stopping. So the machine's bed is very stable and not showing too many friction when the machine is processed. We done the same for our vertical machine center, but this video is basically want to show you the really sharp testing process we did.
Yes, and what do you think about the positioning accuracy? Positioning.
Positioning accuracy we used in the machine is 0.02 to 0.05 in the machine center.
Yes, my head like a sensing control system, and my hand like axis, and now my head ask my hand to touch Chris Ross' face, and I will touch his face. The first touch, and the second touch, and the third time touch, and the fourth time touch. They mean the repositioning accuracy, right?
Yes.
And what's the positioning accuracy?
The repositioning accuracy for the machine center is basically the same as the positioning accuracy. So each time of the touch, the spindle reach the same position.
Yes, for the positioning accuracy, we can do 0.02, I think. And for the repositioning accuracy is 0.006. So we have a high positioning accuracy and repositioning accuracy.
And after the rainy shock test, we can also send the inspection result to our customer to show them what is the accuracy number on the machine. This is another test we did on the machine to test the distance between spindle and the work table.
For each machine, before the shipment, you will do this testing?
Yes, all the accuracy tests we do before the machine shipment.
Okay, this picture will show you the positioning accuracy and the repositioning accuracy.
Okay, the positioning accuracy is actually 0.01 and the repositioning accuracy is 0.008, so which is a large and very much less very much accurate, more than the accurate number we have told you. So our machine is very accuracy and can reach very high precision when the workpiece were processed.
Yes, this is very important for our customers when they use this machine to process this workpiece. And we will also make the testing before the shipment, like this. I think this is do the travel accuracy test, right?
Yes. This test is used to make sure the machines all axes are moving in very smooth and no frictions. So we use the stitches to attach the workpiece. It's actually a testing equipment to ensure the machine is moving in axis very smooth and only in one direction. There was no any raw friction. This test we did to see if the work table can spin in circle as the z and axis x and y axis moving together as a stimulously. As you can see, the work table is doing a circle stroke around the spindle.
This picture will show you the speed of the spindles, right?
Yes, the speed is actually it shows you 12,000 RPM because this speed is a different model beside our standard configuration. So they use the same controller as Siemens 808D, but we can adjust the spindle type from the belt spindle to the electrical spindle, and it can achieve 12,000 RPM. So yes, the spindle speed is actually shown in the control panel.
Yes, for our standard machine spindle, we will use the belt spindle. The spindle speed is about 8,000 RPM,
Yes.
and if I want to reach 10,000 RPM, which spindle I can choose?
If you want to reach 10,000 RPM, we give you the electrical spindle is the best choice. But the electrical spindle is more used for some light workpiece. If the hard workpiece, we still suggest you to use the belt spindle.
Yes, for the belt spindle, we usually use it for some heavy-duty CNC machine, like CNC water machine center and some CNC milling machine, CNC drilling machine.
And that's all the process we done and the machining we done for the machine component. And for the third part, we are going to show you the machine component in stock. So yes, as you can see in the above picture, and we have showed you before, this is all the component we place in stock, and all these machine components we installed in the factory. We have the special engineer to do the maintenance work on the machine to make sure the machine component can stay in very good condition when the customer come visit. They will test all the machine, as this is the 5 main parts, and they will do the inspection and accuracy test for the machine. To see the work table is rotate very smooth and in same direction when it do the circle stroke around the spindle. And this picture shows you the section of our finished model. You have seen very differently from the above the video show, which shows you about the machine manufacture side. So there's actually we have seen now is the 3 different machine sector. One is the machine tempering casting sector, and another is the machining sector. We do the milling and grinding and tapping on that machine workshop. And this is actually the assemble sector we have showed you in our first part. We have placed the semi finished product and the finished machine product in different line you can see, and we assemble the machine and to have the machine test, do the laser inspection, and do the spindle test and to adjust machines in this sector.
Yes, and from this picture we can see here is only the machine bed in our factory, and here is some machine bed with the work table. And for this is the 5 main part, and here are some finished machine in our factory. All of this we need to ensure the delivery time for our customers when they place the order on the Alibaba to us.
And this picture was shot in the angle of the finished machine sector. And on the left side, you can see the machine is after finish and after assemble. And on the right side is some machine columns we are waiting for engineer to put on the machine to assemble as a finished product. And on the machine column, you see we place them in a line, and we can assemble all the machine components in very good order. So one machine after assemble, we move on to the next one. So this is the way we control the assemble order in the factory, and have engineer to place all the machine and do all the machine maintenance work in a very ordered sense. And this is the machine finished assemble, the 5 main parts. And for all these machine components, we place whether the semi machine or the finished machine. In this sector, all these machine components, we have done all the machining process, such as the milling and tapping. So you can see this machine was after spray painting, and all the linear guider and ball screw are adjusted and put on the machine already. So it's very easy to assemble. Just have the machine component lift up and have engineer to attach all the components with each other together to get the whole machine 5 main part as it shows in the behind of the scene. And yes, as you see in this picture, is our finished machine. Only left is for the CNC control to be installed. So these machine components are assembled in the same sector, and you see very many set of the machine. They are waiting for engineer to assemble, and after we done the assemble, we will do the laser test, accuracy test, and inspection on the machine also. Actually, for the workpiece test, if our customer required to see the milling process or the tapping process on the vertical machine, we can show them in this same sector just ask engineer to control the machine and show them our quality. So this is our VMC 640 machine model. You can see in this sector, the machine columns and the ATC were all installed already. And this is our disk type ATC. We have placed a few tools on the ATC to show the customer how we do the tool change. And this is the machine spindle, I think. I think this spindle can reach 12,000 RPM.
No, I think this is our standard machine.
Oh, okay. This is our standard machine model, and we are showing you all the inner structure and all the machine configuration, the side doors, and on the back of the machine, we have the electrical cabinet attached, which we are using each night. And this is the machine stabilizer, and the hydraulic pumps we place on the machine's bottom. And this is the Pano-Matic pumps and the lubrication system. So this is basically the machine structure of the VMC 640, and you can see the machine columns. There are pictures showing you all the axes that are moving. It can move upside down and horizontally, also in a slope direction. And for all the machine, we have the Ali CNC plate placed on the machine's left top side to show you that is our brand machine, and all our brand machine can have a very good quality. So yeah, so we place Alice sticker on the machine, to which shows you our Alice CNC's machine is very good quality machine, and we give you after sales service as well. So we'll give the picture and machine tutorial videos, send them together with the machine to you.
Yes, and I see this machine, the color of this machine is blue and white. But if I want some different color like your logo, orange color, can you do it?
Yes, the color on the machine is actually customized. So whether the customer needs orange color or blue color or white color, we can give them the color, and they can set and design the color whatever they want, because it's actually very easy to change the color. Just use the spray paint, and also besides the color, the configurations on the machine, such as the ATC and the Spindle Speed, also the machine control, and we can change and adjust according to our customers' special demand and requirement, or even if they want more travel lengths on the Z stroke, we can adjust the machine parameters for them as well. Just the only thing very important is to make sure the customer can send us as many drawings of the workpiece they have, so we can ask our engineer to determine which machine model is the best fit machine for them to choose, and we have the different parameter adjust on our machine in the single factory, and we'll do the testing machine and to do the accuracy laser inspection for the machine for the customer, to show them the machine is more than capable of process their workpiece, and eventually they can get the satisfied machine from us.
Yes, and that's great. I like it. And if I'm a customers, when my customers went to our factory, he will say, "Oh, this machine, the color of this machine is very beautiful, and the quality of this machine is very high, and I will say this machine is by from medicine, and they are really a good supplier for the workpiece manufacturer all over the world.
So yes, the above video shows you the BMC 640, and this one is actually a larger machine model, BMC 1160, and we show you the same structure. You can see both. There are two side doors beside the machine, but this ATC is the ARM-type ATC. So this is our A model, A class model, with the Force X rotary equipped on it. The Force X rotary we mentioned before is the TJR brand from TJR, and you can see the machine's work table from the two side doors. This is the another door attached on the behind of the machine in our lubrication system. And this is our Pano-Matic pump system.
Before the shipment, do I need remove all the machine parts from your machine, or ship the machine together?
We actually ship the machine together as a compact structure. Because it's very easy for a customer to receive and to start the machine just after. You only have to do a few symbol to the machine and to attach all the tools to the ATC. The machine will work very functionally. This is the standard way we ship our machine. We will disassemble all the components and place on the machine's machine centers inside only if our customer asks us to do it. Otherwise, all the components such as the lubrication system and the Pano-Matic system, the hydraulic system, we just send the machine as a finished sample. So it will not require any extra work from the customer. It will save them a lot of effort, and they can start to use the machine as soon as they receive it. For example, one customer they ordered the machine from us most recently, the customer from Saudi Arabia. They received the machine last week, and we helped them to install just very simple, and they start 3 machine working on the first day they received the machine.
Yes, during the situation, we cannot send our engineer to your country, and the complete machine and some technical video and online engineer support is really important for you to use the machine immediately when you receive this machine.
And this is the Pano-Matic system. It's attached on the backside of the machine.
Yes, we usually when we ship the machine, we usually remove the metal plate. I think it is metal plate.
So yes, this is a picture of the BMC 1160, and you can see the machine's above top structure and also the machine bed we use to place the machine above to prevent it from getting damage of the humidity of different environment in client's workshop. And many of the machines, such as this one, is the different colored machine. As we have told you, we can adjust the machine colors as you want. So this is the machine model BMC650, and we have test machine for you in our assemble area.
Yes, before the shipment, we will do the 72 hours machine running, right?
Yes, 72-hour machine running before the machine shipped to ensure the machine is working fully functional and the quality is good. If the machine is working 72-hour non-stop, it means it has very good quality and it can support clients in very long time. So, for example, this one we ship the machine and only disassemble the machine's column structure, and the customer can very easily to uh, assemble them by their own. And this is the finished machine sample. We have the all the machine components in the machine.
Yes. This is the packaging video to show you how we do the packaging before the machine shipment.
As you see, the engineer is disassemble the spindle box. Because the spindle box can easily get damaged during the machine shipment, and we are worried if the spindle cannot be used when the machine arrives, so we disassemble it. It's very easy. We use the inner 6-angle screw to disattach and to assemble it later. This is actually the motor and the tool line, and the both sheet metal does not need to assemble. This is just one big spindle unit of the spindle box, and the customer can very easily to put the box back on the machine when they arrive, and the machine can be easily start working again in the factory.
Yes, for this video we will send it to our customers and teach them how to install the machine.
And you see this is the linear guide. So this actually is the tutorial video we showed customer when they receive. Besides the instruction manual and books we give them, also we'll show them some videos of how do we disassemble and how do we assemble the machine, and they can do the same process we did and we done on the machine when they are installed the machine.
Yes, this video show you how do we remove the motor on this machine, and then you will know how you can assemble the model for your machine. This is the machine packaging. I see this is the plastic packaging. You also have this type packaging when you ship the machine to your customers.
Yes, we package the machine use the plastic wrap after we disassemble all the machine components, and this machine belt and machine spindle box. We pack all the components in the paper box and place them inside the machine. Then we use the plastic wrap to cover the whole machine structure, like this shows you in the picture, and it can prevent the water damage on the machine surface and prevent all the components from getting damaged or dirtied using the plastic wrap. And after the plastic wrap, we also place some wooden box on the machine's outer appearance to make sure it will not get damaged by clinking or confliction during the machine shipment. And also sometimes if we ship the machine only one machine or two in a very large container, we usually just wrap the machine like this and place the machine. Use some bottom wooden box to ensure the machine is very stable in the container and just ship them to the customer directly.
Yes, I think if I buy one machine, you will do the packaging with the wooden box, and if I buy two or three machines, you will packaging machine with the plastic and put them into the container, right?
Yes, put them into the container and just deliver the whole container to the customer.
So that's really good way to ensure our machine will not break during the shipment, right?
Yes, the machine can be very safe and stable during the shipment, and we do that only to ensure the machine is very safe and arrived in customer site in very good condition. And so the machine is finished like this, and we will disassemble the components such as the spindle box and place them in the machine's center and have the plastic wrap around the machine and have the wooden box packed on the machine to ensure it is very stable and will not get any damage during the shipment.
Yes. We show you lot of pictures about this type ATC, and from this picture you can see this is the untyped ATC, right?
Yes, this is on-type ATC, which is the A-class machine.
Yes, we have so many machine installed in our factory. So I think this link show will show you our factory and our machining capacity and the quality control. Then you can trust us, right?
Yes.
And if you like our machine, then you can place order on the Alibaba, and we will give you the technical proposal and the quotation to you for you to choose the right supplier and the right machine, right?
Yes, and we have the specialist to suggest you the right machine model according to your workpiece size and dimension. And it's better for you to consult us first before order, so we can have the machine's technician to determine which machine model is the best and most suitable machine model for you. And we can also try to down some workpiece of your workpiece or drawings in our machine to show you our machine quality. Then we choose all the different configuration you need, and we can do that for you, and you will get the most satisfied machine you need.
Yes. Yes, I think now the epidemic is have east, right? And many customers want to buy machine, and they will start working.
Yes, we will start working, and after the epidemic, I believe more and more machine demand will appear in the market, and because of the epidemic, the bank was giving as much help for the investment and for the technology development, and they will need more machine after the epidemic. And from now, I can feel we have more orders from the overseas customer before a few months ago. So yes, I believe we can support you very good quality machine in Alice CNC and also very fast and good after sales service we can provide from Alice CNC.
Yes, and I think this machine is shipped to our our Europe customers, right?
Yes.
I want this machine is your machine. Do you want this machine is your machine? You can follow us and place the order on the Alibaba, and we will ship it to you.
Yes.
And thank you, thank you for your time to see our live show.
And we'll show you more detail of our machine next time. Okay,
Yes.
bye bye.
Bye bye.
我说你俩会后边有打哈欠。
我眼睛睁不开。
真的趴
我胳膊都麻了，你。
真的趴我了，别人先别。
等你，我要喝口水。
喝口水。你去接点热的吧。